Good morning, traders. It's Paul Clevitt from dailyforextrader.me, and I want to be a forextrader.com. So I'm in a trade from Friday and a buy on dollar Swissy, and SignalTrader's been holding me in there. It looks pretty good. It's just sitting there. It's taking ages to go anywhere, but that's all right. I don't mind. At the moment, the trend is slightly bearish against me, but that's because of the time of day, and I expect it to sort of continue up. Although it has bounced off a target here, so it may actually turn the other direction, but that's okay because I've got a tight stop loss on it. So what happens now? Some new things on SignalTrader. Firstly, let's talk a bit about trading stops again, just to refresh people's memories that these red lines are the trading stops that SignalTrader will use when you place a trade with it. Okay, SignalTrader will manage your trade and actually use this trading stop. So look at this one. Look at the way it responds to the power in the market, and when the power in the market dies off, see the short stop actually stops. However, you would have hit the target anyway. You'd have entered it here, and you'd have hit your target down here. So that's cool. So SignalTrader's set up for that. And another thing I've added is it now looks at weekly trends, daily, 1 hour, 4 hour, on a trend on all four. So that means that if you look at the front end, here we go. Okay. What do you see? You see a load of white trades. So they're trades we're not going to take, but are worth looking at this point. Also, there's the news. So it's Monday today, so just have a quick look at that. Okay, quick look at that. So this gives you all the news that's coming in and what's coming in next, which is quite useful. So when one of these gets highlighted red or green, then we know that everything's in line for a trade. Okay, so let's look at one that I'm quite interested in, which is New Zealand yen. Look at everything's bullish, except that actually what's going on in the market at the moment is bearish. That's probably temporary. Okay, so let's go look at New Zealand yen. Just get ready for that trade, because that's the trade I'm after today. Okay, so SignalTrader helps you identify the possible trades that are happening. So what have we got at the moment? As you can see, everything is bullish. It's actually keen on me taking a it's saying actually I should think about a bearish order. In fact, if you were a normal trader without SignalTrader, you would look at this, wouldn't you, and you'd say, oh yeah, well obviously I'm not going to buy that because it's come down and it's in a bearish mood. Okay, now, but if all this changes, when the market changes, which may happen very soon later, we'll be up for a buy, and in fact it's starting to show signs of that. You can see this, the stop is coming up behind it. That's starting to show signs of a buy, but it's dropping off. You can see here, so that's why our now trend is down, and sellers are winning. So we're just waiting for that to turn around. I suggest it's probably, if you drew an imaginary line across here, I don't draw lines on charts, SignalTrader does that for me, it'll probably come down to here, but we're looking for a buy because everything actually has been bullish with this pair. 1 hour, 4 hour, so there's the 4 hour, 1 hour, daily it's been bullish, weekly it's been bullish. Who the hell is going to sell that? Okay, let's go have a look at the daily chart. There you go. So the daily chart is showing bearish, but the last 2 days it's been going up. However, we may be, if we look at the weekly chart, you can see why the weekly is showing bullish. So the daily is not a strong bullish, okay, but the weekly is bullish. Look at this. And what's it likely to do today? Well, it could, who knows? I mean, at the moment. However, it may consider the idea of bouncing off this point. Look at it. It's very strong. Look here. Look at that. It's strong resistance there. So if it comes this way, we could be going up for 3 days. So we just need to wait for SignalTrader to give us the trade, and I'm quite up for a buy trade on that. Any others that are going to be interesting today? Let's have a look. We've got sometimes you can take trades where everything's like this and just the weekly one is bullish. However, be aware it may retrace very fast. So are there any others here where everything's in line? This one's quite interesting. That's a Aussie CAD. Let's have a look at that. So we've got Aussie CAD. So we look at New Zealand yen and Aussie CAD. Let's have a look at Aussie CAD. Activate. So Aussie CAD, what have we got? Apart from the fact the 4 hours bearish, which is this part here, this is quite a nice buy. In fact, look at this, daily, weekly, 4 hour. We've had this come down on Friday. It actually came down. What are the chances it's going to bounce back up? So I'm quite interested in a buy, maybe on this a bit later on. I suspect we're going to need some other things to happen before this happens, because profit to risk reward is only 2 to 1. Sometimes what I'll do is, if I like a trade like this, I do like the trade, I might temporarily on my chart set the profit risk reward down if it's like a sure thing. And with all the pressure on this to be bullish, it'll be very interesting if it doesn't make it. I should think this is probably... Oh, excuse me. Oh, where's the target? Oh, it's 5:30 in the morning. Sorry. So what I tend to do is, this is the way I look at it. I'm not placing any trades now. Why not? Because I've got nothing to trade. All right, things aren't lined up properly for me. However, New Zealand yen looks like it's going to be a sure thing if it actually manages to do it. I have got a trade on dollar Swissy from Friday, which was a bit bad because, of course, on Friday I didn't have the weekly trend. Otherwise, I wouldn't be taking it. But it's only a weak bearish trend. Okay, so there is maybe a chance. And as you can see, when it goes like this, when you see these arrows being diagonal, there's a daily one's doing the same thing. They're almost at odds with each other. Then it shows that things are turning the other direction because they're weak. Okay, if they're straight up or down, they are strong. If they are diagonal like that, they're weak. So you can see here we've just got this really slow thing. It could be turning around, could be planning to come backwards and go up, but it has hit its target, that white line there, already. So I'd like to see it. I should think it may come back down again before it goes up, but we'll have to see what happens on that pair. So anyway, that's it. Have a great trading week. If you're interested in getting hold of this SignalTrader software, it's www.iwanttobeaforextrader.com. Have a great trading day, and I'll talk to you